Good day, grade 11s. I am your tutor, Ms. Noktula Zulu. Today we'll be looking at practice and application questions under business studies, challenges of the business environments. Now let's look at our first practice question. We need to identify the challenges of the micro environment that affect businesses in each statement below. The management of Latoya Enterprises does not have a clear strategy of where the business is going. Now, the key word here is clear strategy. Now, when you think of the components, which component has to do with the strategy? It is lack of vision and mission. So that would be the correct answer for this statement. Now, let's look at our second question. Christine's building construction fails to meet targets due to lack of leadership. Now, when you read a statement, you need to identify those key words that are going to guide you exactly on what the answer requires. In this instance, lack of leadership. And we need to remember that the question said we need to identify challenges of the micro environment. We are focusing on the micro. So remember those components. Now, lack of leadership has to do with lack of managerial skills. Yes, you're correct. Now, let's look at our third question. Tuli is always complaining about working hours and produces substandard work. Now, the key word here would be complaining about work hours and also produces substandard work. So which component do you think it's affected by this statement? Yes, you are right. It's difficult employee. So the correct answer is difficult employee. Now, the following question is, discuss the following challenges of the market environment. A, demographics and psychographics. Changes in demographics or social-cultural habits can have a significant impact on sales performance. Obviously, learners, if the attitudes of customers change towards our product, if the interest change, they move away from liking our product, obviously that is going to affect our sales, because now it simply means that they will be buying less of our product and we will be getting less income, which will not help us as a business to make the profit that we were used to before these changes happened. Then, many people pursue job opportunities abroad, resulting in a shortage of skilled labor and consumers. Obviously, if people decide to go abroad with their skills, it simply means that the country will be left with shortage of skills, whereby as businesses we will be affected because we'll be having employees with lack of skills, and it's going to affect us as a business because we now have to employ them and then make sure that we train them, of which even after training them, it's not guaranteed that they're going to stay in a business and work for us. Let us move on to another one. Changes in consumer behavior. Consumer tastes or habits change over time, resulting in a decline in sales and profits. Obviously, if the behavior of consumers change towards our product, it simply means that they are going to buy our product less. You are witnesses of that, learners, because whatever it is that you liked, maybe last year, maybe year before last, it's no longer the same thing that you're liking now. and it affects business. That behavior of yours, that behavior of ours as consumers, it affects businesses because now they end up having more products which we are no longer interested in because now we are moving with times. Our behavior has changed, our tastes has changed as consumers. So businesses become affected because they are no longer making the profit that they were making before these changes occur in our behavior. Changes in the economy also affect consumer behavior. Obviously, the change in economy, right now we have inflation. Obviously, the same way that consumers used to buy before the high inflation that we had, it's no longer the same. Now people decide to save, they decide to buy what they need more than what they want. So it affects businesses because now, because the economy has changed, now consumer spending is becoming less towards business products. Then let's move on to another practice question. Amazing Star Hotel, ASH. ASH is situated in Cape Town, close to a number of popular tourist attractions. Their supplier of cleaning material has increased prices by more than 30%. Due to lack of proper hygiene, their regular customers are now staying at another accommodation. Let's get to questions. Identify the challenges of the market environment that affect ASH. Motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario. Obviously, the first sentence there in our scenario, it just tells us about the business. Then the second one, their supplier. Where do we find the suppliers? We find the suppliers in the market environment. The supplier has increased prices by more than 30%. So that statement, it simply shows us that they haven't changed the supplier. They're still sticking to this supplier who's charging 30% more. The reason could be that there's shortage of suppliers. So that would be our challenge, the first challenge. Then we move on to the second statement. Due to lack of proper hygiene, their regular customers are now staying at other accommodations. So these other accommodations, they are similar businesses as this hotel, which is Amazing Star. So now having the similar businesses who provide the same service, it simply means that that's a competition. So obviously, we would have competition as a challenge. Now, let's move on to the next question. Outline ways in which businesses can overcome competition in the market. Management must ensure that the business differentiates itself from the competitors by tapping into what the customer wants. So the management can easily do that. Obviously, what is it that we want as customers most of the time? We don't buy a lot in businesses whereby they don't have Wi-Fi. So some businesses are differentiating their services, their products from other businesses by making sure that they are giving what the customer wants. Now we have businesses who offer online shopping. Why? It's because that's what most customers want. You want to shop at your convenience. Shop where you are, sitting at home, watching TV without going to stand on a line. So that's how other businesses are differentiating. They're trying by all means to always be ahead of other businesses that sell similar products. Offering low-cost extras such as improved credit terms, discounts, and loyalty schemes, etc. For instance, we've seen most shops, I won't mention names, now they have loyalty scheme cards whereby when you buy, if you are a loyal card member, you get a discount. Businesses are doing that because they want to do away with competition. They want to be ahead of their competitors. That's why they are giving these low-cost benefits to customers. You would see, even when you go maybe at a garage for a fuel, you'd find that some are having a card whereby they are giving discounts to customers who are their regular buyers. Then charging lower prices than that of other businesses. It's simple. Buy in bulk so that you can be able to do what? To charge lower prices as a business. Improving on customer services and keeping them happy. Another way to be ahead of competition is to make sure that you keep your customers happy. How are you going to do that? By making sure that you send questionnaires. Let them rate your service. have a customer complaints box whereby they will write their suggestions in order for you to be able to improve. By so doing, customers will see that you not only care about their money, but you also care for them as well. With that being said, let us just go for a quick ad break. Do not move. Stay tuned.